Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to InvestQ Live. And today we have the highly anticipated IPO, and that is none other than for ticker symbol SPCX, otherwise known as SpaceX. Now, we're going to be covering the SpaceX IPO today, and we're going to be discussing and we'll be watching today for the first time ever because it is pretty exciting, as this is the first ever IPO I'll be covering, and it's also the first ever live stream I am doing at Market Open. Now, what we're going to do is we will be tracking SpaceX's first day as a public company, discussing valuation, institutional demand, and what it means for the future of the space economy. So we'll also monitor Rocket Lab, Redwire, Intuitive Machines, and other space-related stocks that could react throughout today's session. And if you are joining live, let me know in the chat where you're watching from and whether you're bullish or bearish on SpaceX, and if you'll be buying the IPO today. Now, one second. Now, starting off with what it is we're going to do, we are going to take a quick look at the broader market, and let's look at the CNBC website. So as you can see here, it's going to be for the pre-market. So the Dow Jones is currently up almost 0.5%. The S&P 500 futures is also up. However, the NASDAQ is down as well as oil. And when it comes to bonds, the US 10-year Treasury yield is up on the day. So hypothetically, that is supposed to be harder for more speculative growth types of stocks. So when market open does happen, we can also take a look at the FinViz heat map to see how the market is reacting intraday. But regarding the overall market, there's not too much to highlight. In fact, let's take a look at Thinkorswim. Yeah, there's not too much to highlight right now regarding it. Let's look at a few headlines together. Let me see. So again, because over the broader market, that's not what people are going to be really paying attention to. And also, everything's going to be relating to the SpaceX IPO. And let's see what else there is. So yeah, you got a little bit of Meta. Space stocks are jumping with huge demand as investors clamor. So yeah, let's take a look real quick at the individual space stocks. So Redwire, let's see Redwire. So Redwire on the day. In fact, actually, it would be better just to use the Prophecy app. Let me see. Here, let's do that together, actually. Take a look at the Prophecy AI app. 1 second, guys. Let's see. So, let's see. Oh. And also, sorry if things are a little bit laggy right now on y'all's end. So let's see. So let's take a look at a few ticker symbols. Let's see, because according to the CNBC headline, it's saying that space stocks are jumping with huge demand, all relating to the SpaceX IPO. So let's see here. So Redwire, we're currently down pre-market with Redwire, currently down 4%, down 70 cents. Let's check the other stocks. How about Rocket Lab? How are they doing? Okay, so Rocket Lab is jumping up on the day. They're in the pre-market, they're up 1.25%. They're up $1.44. Let's check Black Sky. Okay, Black Sky is down. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag as we're seeing right here. So Black Sky, what else is there? What else did I click? I clicked Redwire, Black Sky, Lunar. Let's check Intuitive Machines. Let's check Intuitive Machines together. Okay, so Intuitive Machines is also down. So I'm not sure which space stocks they're talking about because all the other individual space stocks that we're seeing and that we have in our watch list are down on the day. How about Planet Lab? How are they doing? Okay, so I could be wrong, and there could be other space stocks that they're not talking about because right now the only space stock that I see up on the day in the pre-market session is Rocket Lab. Every other stock is down in from all on my watch list. All the other individual space stocks are down during the pre-market session. So again, that could be again there could be other stocks that I'm unaware of. If you're in the chat that you know of individual space stocks that are also up that gives validation to this headline, please let me know. But right now, it does appear that intraday in the pre-market session before the IPO, it does look like money is flowing out from those individual space stocks to be able to afford the SpaceX IPO at the moment. And a few key highlights again in the pre-market. Let's take a look at some of the individual stocks. I had a person in the chat yesterday by the name of Mohammed. Shout out to you, Mohammed. He asked me for my opinion when it comes to to Redwire, Intuitive Machines, Rocket Lab, all the other individual stocks for my opinion. And in my opinion, I guess in a quick summary, I would say that these individual space stock companies, they are good because from an underlying business perspective, because if you take a look at some of the things that they do, like I do see companies like Rocket Lab and Redwire, they continue to acquire more contracts and get more contracts. And also they also do show good things with the underlying business, because as we did highlight in the video in the live stream yesterday regarding Planet Labs, as we did highlight that, we see that they had their Q1 for the fiscal year of 2027 come out, and there was lots of good financial headlines and highlights for the fiscal year of 2027. Now, let's see here. So, as it was stated in the report, let's actually download this. So, as it was stated in the report, again, a few highlights. Their quarterly revenue was up 94 million, up 42% year over year. Their backlog increased 72% year over year to 906 million, and they have a few successful launches, and cash equivalents and short-term investments have increased 223% year over year to $731 million. So just a few highlights regarding how the SpaceX, how a lot of the individual stocks, and why I think it's a good idea to invest in space is because they have real world usage with what they provide with space infrastructure, launches, satellites. All those things are real world usage that the US government views as valuable enough to give them funding and actually give them contracts. So they have real world usage. The US government views them as valuable as they show it through contracts. And a lot of these companies are showing good signs with the underlying business of each of these companies. And on top of that, due to the fact of what we're seeing right now in the pre-market session, with how a lot of these companies are dipping down in the pre-market, and it does look like for the SpaceX IPO, it looks like a lot of money is flowing out of those companies, and most likely, I could be wrong because we never know exactly what is going to happen intraday until it does happen, but it does appear that right now we would see a short-term dip, giving you investors buying opportunities to buy at these lower prices for individual space companies. All right, so let's check a few other key data points here together, guys. So, alrighty, so a few things to highlight for the SpaceX IPO. Again, the IPO price is listed at $135. That's where it's expected to open at, and that's where the IPO pricing is. And the SpaceX valuation, the valuation of SpaceX is valued at roughly $1.77 trillion following its record breaking initial public offering, where shares were priced at $135 each. So what that shows is obviously that this is going that a lot of people, from the sentiment of things, they do view this as overvalued, and they do believe that this is wishful thinking from what I've heard from many other investor communities. But nevertheless, that is what the valuation is for SpaceX currently is right now. And what else is there? So a few more key points to talk about is regarding the SpaceX IPO with Starlink. So first off, a few key growth milestones is regarding the subscriber boom. And because what Starlink does, brief run through of what they do. You could just take a quick look at it. What services does Starlink provide? So Starlink, what it does, before I back up and backtrack just a little bit, Starlink, it provides high-speed, low-latency satellite internet to homes, businesses, and travelers globe. So the the subscribers boom does show that there's people that do value the services that Starlink does offer. And because, as it does show here, the user base more than doubled over the past year, rising from 9 million users in 2025 to over 12 million in early 2026. Now, also, there's global expansion with it as it's active in all 7 continents, and Starlink added 35 new countries and territories in a single year. And there's a few other data points to go off of that. And there's just lots of things. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take some time, and we're going to be waiting to see what happens at market open with the SpaceX IPO. So I do hope that you guys do tune in, and we're just going to chill out here. And for all of you in the chat, just let me know if you guys do have any questions, any curious things that you want to know about, whether if it's the InvestQ or SpaceX, just let me know and I'll be happy to answer for you guys. So let's just chill out here and just see what happens. Good morning, everyone. So, again, as we approach closer to the SpaceX IPO, I am getting very excited, and I still want to get y'all's opinion on what it is y'all think. And do you guys believe that we are going to have somewhat of a rug pull type of price action and it's going to drop significantly on the day? Or do we feel as if it will rally very high? Let y'all, if you do believe that it is, let me know your guys' comments in the comment section below in the live chat. And again, thank you all for tuning in. Very excited to do my first ever live stream at Market Open, the first one I've ever done on this channel. So, and again, I do appreciate the growth from all of you guys. I appreciate all of y'all tuning in for all that you do, guys. So let's see here. So 5 minutes. 5 minutes until the SpaceX IPO. So I am hearing there's lots of low liquidity all over the market right now that could be due to the SpaceX IPO. Again, a lot of money may be flowing out into other stocks specifically for the SpaceX IPO, a very highly anticipated event that's going to be going on. Well, a very highly anticipated initial public offering that's happening right now. So, all right. And again, another thing, within the next 3 minutes at market open, what I'm also very interested to see is whether or not, or not whether or not, but how will this how will this affect all the other individual space companies like Redwire, Rocket Lab, and Lunar? All right, guys, 2 minutes. 2 minutes till market open. Pretty excited to see what happens. 1 minute, less than a minute in the pre-market session to see how it is we open on the day. And keep in mind, at market open exactly, it might not straight up change to a chart ticker symbol immediately like that. It may take a little bit of time before we actually do see some price action on this Robinhood account right now. So let's just wait for that, guys. All right, less than a minute on the chart right now. All right. Alrighty. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go, 9:30 a.m. Alrighty, so let's see what happens. Alright, it might take some time before we do see it pop up on the... Let's check here. There we go. See if I can see it on Charles Schwab. Let's check that. Oh. Yeah, it might take a little bit of time because, again, it's the initial public offering and here. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time, guys. But while we wait for that to pop up on the chart, again, what do you guys think will happen when it does pop up on the technical analysis chart? Do you guys think we're going to see a dip, or are we going to see some more buying activity happen on the day? Maybe if I refresh it, it'll be ready. Sometimes these things do take a minute. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Maybe if I check on Robinhood Legend, maybe we'll see it there. And forgive me for this Robinhood Legend candlestick chart. Again, I don't use Robinhood Legend for technical analysis. Ooh, good morning. Good morning from Robinhood. Okay. Let me see it. SpaceX. Let's check. Can we see it on the chart now? Can we see it on the chart yet? Let's check. Okay, there we go. So it's not something clear. What do I got it on? Do I got it on the day time frame chart? No, I got it on a 5-minute candlestick chart. It does appear that we are having some, well, no, that's not even correct. It's not even correct. Let me check. Yeah, this is just going to take some time. Anybody in the chat, if you do know if there's any way to see, oh, wait a second. It might be changing right now. It might be adjusting. Hold on. Because I did refresh it on my Robinhood app. All right. Nope, still the same thing. So yeah, sometimes these things do take time. I'll stay live until we actually do get some of the price action on the chart, because I do want to see that, and I actually want to see what the results of the IPO was. So I'm not going to end the live stream until we do actually get to see that, but it'll just take a little bit of time, guys. But again, anybody in the chat that wants to know anything relating to SpaceX, because again, we can cover more things, and we can just go back, refresh it, and just look at, you know, Starlink. If you guys want to, if I actually, you know what we can do, excuse me, guys, what we can do while we wait is, let's go on prophecy and let's see what it is that we are getting on the ticker symbol, or for each of the individual space stocks. Let's see how they're reacting at market open with the IPO. So as we're seeing here, Rocket Lab dipping on the day, more than 3%, unrealized loss of 3.35%. And then you got Black Sky. Let's check there. Let's check Black Sky. So they're also dipping on the day for almost 3% as well, almost 3% loss. Let's check Rocket Lab. Oh, wait, no, we already did Rocket Lab. My bad. I meant Redwire. Redwire, they're dipping. Oh, Redwire's taking a big loss on the day right now. They're down 6.32% on the day. So, yeah, they're reacting in a very bearish tone with the SpaceX IPO. What else we got? We got Lunar. Lunar right now, Intuitive Machines. They're down, and last but not least, the final individual stock that I covered on this channel is Planet Lab. They're also down almost 3.5%. So I guess my interpretation was correct. And what is happening currently at market open was what I was expecting, with a lot of selling activity, lots of selling activity in the individual space companies like Rocket Lab, Lunar, um, Redwire, Intuitive Machines, all those different types of individual space companies. It does appear that they're selling off, and money potentially could be flowing out of those companies to be able to buy in to the SpaceX IPO. But again, we won't know. Again, just because the individual space companies are reacting negatively, the SpaceX IPO could take a massive dip on the day as well. And we could see strong selling activity. So again, we still gotta wait to see what happens, because again, these things do happen with the initial public offerings. You don't see the chart pattern, the ticker symbol, the chart patterns immediately at market open. Sometimes it might take all the way until 10 o'clock. So yeah. All right, guys, and again, I'll give this chart all the way up until 10 o'clock a.m. because sometimes these things do take time to actually show the price action. Because right now it's in price discovery mode. So again, I'm going to give it a chance to go all the way up until 10 o'clock a.m. And again, excited to do my first ever market open live stream with you. And again, let me know in the chats if there's anything you want to know about the individual stocks, because sometimes these things do take a while. It can take all the way from 10 o'clock a.m., where it actually shows it, all the way up to 1 o'clock p.m. Now, again, I will wait. We'll wait together and we'll see what happens at the IPO. Well, we will see what happens after the initial price discovery mode wears off, and then we get to where we actually see the trading activity on the actual chart on my Robinhood account. Mariani, ¿puedes abrir el mensaje que me mandaste con la dirección de correo? Quiero que me abre el mensaje que me mandaste, me escribiste el correo electrónico donde quieres que te mande. Sí, la foto que me mandaste donde te escribieron la dirección donde tengo que mandar el papel. Greetings again, Mohammed. Greetings again. Happy to have you here. Again, as it does show in this chart, Mohammed. Yeah, so just so you know, Mohammed, the market is currently open right now. Again, the market's open right now, but the thing is, with the SpaceX IPO, which is what this is all about, the IPO access listing, this page right here we see on Robinhood, trading activity is happening right now as the market is open, but due to the fact that it's an initial public offering, we do have to wait a little bit till we actually see the trading activity going on. So it's open right now, but it's having its little debut, its little adjusting period where there's some price discovery, and it's kind of like the page will transition from what you see on the screen right now to the regular type of price action you get, like, on these charts right here. Like, for example, if you take a look at SPY, just as an example. Like again, this is going on right now, but we just can't see it yet until all the data processes and the page transitions on Robinhood, if that makes sense, Muhammad. Good morning, good morning. I got a few more people tuning in. Happy to see you. Happy to have you here, guys. Also, Muhammad, um, let me know if you have any more questions while we do wait. Uh, Let me know if you have any more questions about Rocket Lab, Lunar, Intuitive Machines, anything like that. Let me know if you do, because again, we can't cover that briefly until we actually do see the price action happen on for SpaceX. And again, I do think that it will change. The actual chart will show up between 9:50 to 10 o'clock a.m. Be right back, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm not too much of a fan of sitting down for too long of a time. I actually like to walk around and move around. It really screws up my trap. So if I get up just a little bit, especially now, because we're waiting for the SpaceX IPO and we're waiting for the actual chart, the chart, the candlestick chart or the line, the graph to actually show up. So we're just waiting patiently right now. So again, anything in the comment section below, any questions, just let me know, guys. Be happy to answer it. Anything relating to SpaceX or regarding other individual space companies. And since we're waiting, we can also even talk about other stocks. We could talk about defense stocks. We could talk about Big Bear, stocks like CTM, Big Bear AI. We could talk about. I really don't care what stock. It could be something completely unrelated to space right now. If you're interested, because we're still just waiting, probably for another like 10 to 15 minutes for the actual chart pattern to show up, for the actual candlestick chart to show up. So let me know if you guys want to know anything about SpaceX, individual stocks, anything. Happy to answer any questions for you guys. And again, things are starting to heat up a little bit. I'm seeing a little more views and a little more people tuning in, as we do have, as we are in the market open and people are anxiously awaiting to see what we'll see for the price action of the stock. So we're just waiting patiently, guys. And again, happy to have you here, David with InvestQ. I love doing this. I actually do love doing this a lot, and it is fun to do this with you guys. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. Happy to have you here at InvestQ. Happy to have you guys. This week is my first time in stocks. One question: CFD is the same as in crypto, is known as futures. CFD. Let's take a quick look at that ticker symbol, Mohammed. I don't mind taking a look at that with you. So CFD. So personally, for me, Mohammed, I don't mess too much with crypto. The only thing I dollar cost average into, as much as possible, is Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's the only things that I do. I On this channel we don't pay too much attention to meme coins or pennies, or I'm sorry, not penny stocks, meme coins, Doge coins, anything like that. We don't pay attention too much to it. But you're saying that the ticker for the crypto is CFD because on Robinhood it doesn't show that ticker symbol right here. It's saying it doesn't support it on Robinhood. Can you tell me what the ticker for that is, Mohammed? Here, I'll put in the chat for you, man. Also, this is your first time trading stocks ever. So you've never done paid attention to stocks any time prior to this. Okay, Mohammed. So if you've never paid attention to stocks prior to this, um, I'd be happy to help you. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I am very well versed in stocks. And I do believe that I understand how to find the right stocks to trade because on this channel, what I do is I cover different stocks in the AI sectors and growth types of stocks. And we don't look at things just for hype. I do my very best to do the proper due diligence in any stock that I do. And if you're going to take away any key points, feel free to take these three notes. I would say if you're interested in investing in any stock, pay attention to the business, pay attention to see if they have any real world market usage. For example, with Big Bear AI, they actually get partnerships and they actually have products and services that in real time are helping solve issues. Like, for example, with the technology they have in airports, those are real products that they're actually selling, so it has real world usage. Then you got to look at the underlying business, taking a look at the revenue, the profitability. If it's revenue, profitability, their backlog, are they getting contracts? How do they gain How do they actually get revenue, and who are their main customers? Take a look at the underlying business, and last but not least, I would say to look into sectors that relating to artificial intelligence and growth as it's more innovative and it's going along with the future and the demand. Look for sectors that are in high demand or are going to continue to have high demand. Things like AI, defense, all those types of things. And Mohammed, just so you know, if you're ever interested, here, let me just take a look at this for you, man. So if you're ever interested, and again, it's all free of charge, you don't gotta worry. But if you want to ever talk to me or get in contact and be connected with other like-minded investors or people that are new or intermediate or very advanced when it comes to investing, we do have a free InvestQ community. Let me make sure I'm not missing the price action. But we do have I mentioned before, the stocks related to space and aeronautic, then pharmaceutical. Okay, so here. So space, again, I know you're interested in space, and real quick, I do believe space companies are good long term, and there's lots of opportunities in the market right now. Because you asked me yesterday, are space stocks like Rocket Lab, Redwire, and Lunar, are they all good things to invest in? I personally believe yes, due to the fact that when it comes to the underlying business, like they are showing that they're acquiring more contracts and that the US government does value the services that they offer relating to space infrastructure, satellites, launch systems, all that. So they do have real world usage, and the underlying business of a lot of these companies are improving. For example, like Planet Lab that reported their recent fiscal year 2027 quarterly reports, their revenue was increasing, their backlog is increasing, they have successful launches, cash and cash equivalents and short-term investments have been increasing. And this is the trend and what we're seeing with a lot of the space stocks. We're seeing improving business, real world usage, increased interest within institutions and the US government, and the US government actually showing that they value the services that they provide, that there's going to be more demand long term as they're funding them with contracts. So I do believe that all of the individual space stocks that you wanted me to cover and ask about are good stocks to invest in. And regarding the actual price action for these stocks, in fact, actually, let's look at the prophecy app real quick. That's actually better. So, just real quick, if you take a look at it, man, there's people that are looking to start long-term positions in these individual space companies. Like, all of them are dipping from their highs and their all-time highs. So, Planet Lab, they're at 31. In fact, it's actually better to look at the candlestick because you can see how they've dipped in the recent weeks, in the recent trading sessions. Like, here, let's look at it from the daytime frame chart, my friend. And again, I do appreciate you tuning in. But again, from the all-time highs of $51.76, they're trading and dipping at $31.37, and they're down on the day intraday. Rocket Lab, same trend. From the highs of $151, have gone as low as $50, and they're currently trading at $104.73. If you look at Redwire, it's the same trend as well. From the previous highs of, what is that? That's $26.64. Currently trading at $15.41. So this is an increasing trend where all the space stocks are improving their business, have real world market usage, and the is continuing to get contracts within the U.S. government. And so underlying business, increasing interest from the U.S. government and institutions, and price action that is dipping so that you can start a long-term position at cheaper prices compared to buying in at higher prices at a more expensive price where you wouldn't be trading and investing on FOMO. So I do think now, personally, and this is just my opinion, it's not financial advice, is a good idea to invest into the individual space companies. And does that answer your question, Mohammed, for what you think about space stocks? Also, real quick, before I get too backtracked, I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you if you wanted to get more one-on-one advice with me. And again, no pressure. You don't got to do it if you don't want to. But again, we do have a completely free InvestQ community. Again, it's right here. You can join if you like. And and good, that's good. I'm glad you that answered your question, Muhammad. But if you want to get in contact with me directly, again, you can feel free to join the free InvestQ community. Again, it's the first link right here. You just join there and you enter your information free of charge. You're not going to have to enter any card information or anything like that. But you have access to other like-minded investors who have the same questions that you do. And there's also a direct messaging chat where you can contact me directly if you have any questions, and we could potentially set up a one-on-one call in the future free of charge completely if you ever want to get more advice relating to stocks, since you only traded crypto. So feel free to do that if you would like, Mohammed. Again, no pressure. So again, it does appear that the price action still is not showing on the chart for Robinhood. So we still gotta wait. We still gotta wait. And again, any more questions you got for me, Mohammed, or anyone else in the chat, just let me know, guys. Be right back, my friends. All right. So we'll just continue to wait. We will continue to wait. Let's refresh it. I don't think if I refresh it, it'll make a difference, but let's just check. Let's just try. Yo, what's up, Will? What up, Will? Happy to have you on, Will. Happy to have you. Happy to have you in the live stream, Will. Thank you for joining, man. Appreciate you joining, man. Screen for Robin. Yeah, so we'll appreciate you tuning in. Right now, we're just waiting for the actual candlestick chart or the line graph for Robinhood to actually show up so we can see what's going on with the actual trading activity. So right now we're just chilling on the live stream right now and I'm just answering questions. Mohammed had a few questions and I'm just asking my live stream members if they do have any questions, relating to space, defense, any questions that they do have. We're just chilling out here while we wait for that to show up. So appreciate you for tuning in, Will. Yeah, so any questions at all, just let me know, guys. Just let me know. While we wait, let's check out profit. Let's check out the other individual space stocks again, because why not? So let's see, for Planet Labs, again, they're dipping down even further. When we looked at this earlier, it was closer to like 6.5%. Now we have an unrealized loss on the day, or we're dipping down on the day a little over 7%, to be exact, 7.05%. Let's check out Redwire. Let's see what that's about. Let's check to see the price action for Redwire. This is a growing theme, or not a growing theme, but this is basically the pattern we're seeing today. It does appear that investors as a whole are taking their money out of these individual space stocks. Now, is it because the money is flowing out of these individual stocks to go and actually buy some of the SpaceX IPO for them? Or is it not going to be that and SpaceX is going to be dipping down as well short term along with these other individual space stocks? I guess we'll still have to wait because, again, the market has been open for over 33 minutes right now. However, we still can't see the trading activity. In fact, it might take some time. So it might be actually a very long live stream that we do today. But right now, we're just chilling out here in the live stream waiting to see what happens with the SpaceX IPO. And I am appreciating to see you guys tune in. It does show that more viewers and more members are tuning in as the live trading session on the day of June 12th is going on. So again, any questions, guys, just let me know. Just let me know. Happy to be here, guys. Let me see. Oop. All right, guys. So I'll be giving this about another 10 to 20 minutes to see if we actually do get a different look on my Robinhood account with SpaceX and if we actually see the trading activity or not. So we'll give it just a few more minutes. And if we don't get to actually see it on the live stream right now, I will be doing a follow-up regular long form video covering what unfolded throughout the day for the SpaceX IPO. So I'll give it just a little more time, and I'll just have a little more patience to see if we actually are able to see the trading activity or not. And again, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all so much for tuning in, guys. Hmm. It's very interesting, Mohammed. That's the price right now? $175? Really? If you don't mind, Mohammed, do you mind putting in the live stream a link showing this specifically and where it is I could put it on my screen potentially? I'd appreciate that right now because if that's the case, let me see. $175 only on futures. Hmm. So then it's surging on the day right now? Hey, you know what? Why not? Let's do a quick Google search to see. See for live updates. Mm, yeah, so there's no chart symbols or anything like that, my friend. Here, let me ask you, Mohammed, in the chat. Yeah, because on my end again, it's still just showing the initial public offering price, the what the price is for the IPO, $135. I don't see on my end where I can look for SPCX. Yeah, it's right here, bro. Like, look, let me show you. If I just go here and click SPCX, it's not gonna show the price action just yet, my friend. So SPCX, and then also, if you take a look again on Robinhood, I do got the SPCX chart right here. It just shows the initial public offering site the same way, my friend. Keep in mind that this is future, something like SCFD and stock market. Okay, yeah, I got you. So again, it'll officially be available. Hopefully in the next few minutes. Again, sometimes these things do take time, and like on Robinhood, it may not show it all the way until 1 o'clock p.m. And again, if it does take that long, I will be doing a follow-up video, Muhammad. I do promise you. So, and again, it'll just simply be talking about what unfolded. We'll be talking about what unfolded throughout the trading session for SPCX. So yeah, we'll stay in tune on the live stream for roughly another 10 minutes. I'll give it another 10 minutes. Give it another 10 minutes, guys. But besides that, Muhammad, while we still wait, any other questions that I got? Again, I'm open for questions, Q&A, anything that you want to know regarding SpaceX, space stocks. Could be about Castellum CTM. Could be about other individual stocks in different sectors. It could be anything relating to the FinViz heat map. Oh, that's not the Finviz, but any stocks that we see right here in all these different sectors, whether it's technology, under semiconductors, consumer cyclical. Oh, you talked about pharmaceutical companies earlier. So I personally have not covered pharmaceutical companies regularly on this channel. I have not. Is there any stocks, any pharmaceutical companies you want me to cover in future upcoming videos? Because I do not mind covering a stock that you want to see in a future upcoming video. Just let me know in the chat if you want me to make a video about any pharmaceutical company that you're interested in. Here, let me type it in for you, my friend. Yeah, we're still just waiting here, my friend. And again, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in, guys. I appreciate the support from all of you. And I also just like doing these live streams with you guys because it gives you guys more engagement, a little more of an opportunity to be a part of the live stream rather than just in the videos where you watch it. You guys can actually be a part of me in real time whenever I do these live streams with you guys because it's something that we basically do together, my friend. Okay. Well, that's fine. If you don't got any specific ones, but you're just interested in numerous different pharmaceutical companies, period, I can still find a way to maybe make an overviewed. Just for you specifically, um, just a special video for you. I'll make a particular video talking about a variety of different pharmaceutical companies, and I'll try to find the ones that do show that they're a growing business, their financials look good, and they continue to improve quarter over quarter and year over year. I don't mind making a video like that that's very specific just for you, my friend, especially because you are very loyal and you do show lots of support and lots of engagement in my live streams. So I don't mind giving you the content that you want to see, my friend. So let's check. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Again, I will be closing the live stream at about 10:20 a.m. So, thank you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in again. And let's see. Oh, wow. Again, not too much of a fan of just sitting down for too long. Every time I make these videos, I'll record it and then immediately I'll just get up to start stretching. I like getting nimble and moving my body around. I'll be right back, my friends. Hello, hello all. We have a few more viewers. We have a few more viewers joining us. Happy to have you. Happy to have you. So I told the chat we're just gonna keep this open for about a few more minutes. We're waiting for the price chart to actually show up, but that may not be the case because again, sometimes these do take some time, and public trading, the data is not showing on the screen right now, so we do have to wait to see what will occur. So let's just wait to see what happens, my friends. And let's take another quick look at the other individual space stocks while we do wait. Again, Rocket Lab dipping down even further. Oh, I just saw that it was at 8% loss on the day. Planet Labs. Planet Labs also down 8% on the day, just under 8%. Intuitive Machines, let's check that out. Intuitive Machines down 10%, over 10% on the day, just at about 10.4% on the day on XTB. Check right now. Okay, so it's Tracy. Website. So, okay, so that's interesting. So that means that the price action is going up. Okay. Well, thank you, Mohammed, for giving me the update. And unfortunately, I don't have access to XTB. Let me refresh this. Maybe if I refresh it, it'll show something different. Hopefully that'd be the case. I would love it if I could actually see the price action in the public trading. Let's check it. Let's check. Let's check it right now while we have it refreshing. Nope, still the same thing on my chart. So thank you, Mohammed, for giving the update for the people in the live stream to know about that. But unfortunately, I just don't have that available on my chart right now. Maybe if I look at Thinkorswim, it'll change. Nope, still the same things. Still the same things, guys. Let's see here. Yeah, no. Sorry, man. I don't see any updates on the broker. I don't have any access to. You know, actually, let me see. Do you need a login for this? Let me see. HTTPS. Why not? I'll check it out real quick. Because again, I've never used this website personally, so maybe here I'll give it a shot. Okay, so no, yeah, I don't. I'm sorry, man. I don't have this available for me. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, yeah. It's also a little bit different compared to websites like Robinhood. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't have access to that, guys. Let's see here. I'm really doing my best right now just to milk this as much as I can, so that because I really was looking forward to seeing the price action. Yeah, sorry guys. It appears that we're not gonna be able to see the in this live session. We might not be able to see it because I will be tuning out very soon. Again, doing my best to milk the time as much as I can because I want to at least see what type of price action we get. If there's heavy selling, if SpaceX, if it rallies, once the publicly traded, if the trading activity is finally available to the public to see, because unfortunately we just can't see that right now. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer, but not something that I would say was unexpected. Again, these things do happen with the initial public offerings on these brokerage accounts on Robinhood, Charles Schwab, all those types of things. So yeah. And again, yeah. Sorry about that, my friends. Sorry about you that tuned in, hoping to see that live. Maybe we can see it live. We just gotta wait a little bit longer. Hmm. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. So it appears that this will be taking longer than I was anticipating and hoping it would. So I will be tuning out now. But again, I will make a follow up video talking about everything that unfolded during the trading session for SpaceX. But nevertheless, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Happy to have you here. But besides that, stay safe, keep making good decisions with long term portfolios, and I'll see you all in the next video.